Am I the a-hole for going no contact with my family for pushing me to find a new wife and a new mother for my children? I, 31, lost my wife, the love of my life and the mother of my children, 5 years ago. Ever since, I have been focused on rebuilding myself, holding things together for my children, and making sure we are all okay while grieving such a profound loss. The three of us have been to counseling. I started therapy shortly after my wife passed, and my kids began attending when they got a little older. They were only 2 and 3 years old at the time of her death. I also returned to therapy last year to deal with some ongoing family issues related to my loss, which is what brings me here today. I have not dated, nor have I had any interest in dating since my wife died. I honestly don't know if I ever will. Right now, it holds no appeal for me, and I don't think that will change anytime soon, maybe ever. During the first year after her death, my family was amazing. They gave us space when we needed it and offered support when it was helpful. They had a good relationship with my in-laws, ILs, as well. But things started to change around the 2-year mark after my wife passed. The first time anyone brought up the idea of me dating again was about 14 months after she died. It was a simple question. Do you feel ready to date? I said no, and it was left at that. However, once the 2-year anniversary passed, the tone changed. I began hearing, "You're still young, you need to get back out there," and similar comments. When I said I wasn't interested, some family members actually turned on my in-laws, accusing them of trying to guilt me into remaining single forever. They suggested that my ILs were pressuring me to stay a grieving widower for life. That accusation was both false and deeply unfair. I corrected them immediately, but the damage was done. The relationship between my family and my in-laws was permanently strained. I decided to step away from my family for a while. I explained to them how their behavior made me feel, and I asked them not to bring up dating again. I told them that if I ever choose to date again, it will be on my terms, not because others think I need to follow some timeline based on my age. Things improved for a while, a couple of years even. But then the topic came up again. I asked them to stop, told them to stop trying to be subtle, and reminded them that I'm perfectly capable of making my own decisions. That's also when I went back to therapy, and for a while, the pressure let up again. But then, at a birthday party for my nephew, a couple of family members crossed a major line. They asked my kids directly if they want a new mom. That pissed me off. Luckily, my kids both gave a firm and simple no, which honestly made me laugh a little because the family members looked so shocked. That one-word answer threw them off completely. I packed up the kids and left the party right then and there. Later, I told my family that their behavior was completely unacceptable. In return, I got messages saying things like, "We were just looking out for you," and leaving like that was a bad move. That's when I decided to establish firm boundaries. I told them it was time to put distance between me and anyone who could not accept my choice not to date. I said that anyone who brought it up again or tried to involve my children in it would be cut off entirely. Since then, I've gone no contact with quite a few family members. Those who haven't pushed as hard or haven't brought it up at all, I'm still in touch with for now. One relative asked me why I couldn't just ignore the comments and why I had to go no contact. I told them that dragging my children into it was crossing a major line and that I had already given everyone more chances than they deserved. I'm a grown adult, and I will make decisions for my life when and if I'm ready. That relative said they didn't agree, but they understood it was my choice. Still, they said they thought I was being too harsh, that my family's behavior was coming from a place of care. So, am I the a-hole for going no contact with my family after they kept pushing me to find a new wife and mother for my children, and even involved my kids in it?